you're very engaging with your audience. I noticed that. Like, you take them to where you are. Because on your Instagram, like when you show your travel and stuff like that, I'm where you are. When I look at that picture and I see what you wrote about it, you literally take people to where you are. And that's quite interesting to me because everybody isn't that engaging. So is that a part of it?
So like my first post ever, I think, is like me watching a Warriors game. Like 8 years ago before it was cool.
Yeah.
And like, I think my first 100 posts are just like, whoa, right? And I just slowly learned and watched what other people did and kind of evolved. And, you know, the first thing was taking better photography and working with professional photographers, right? The second thing was editing. And now like I'm trying to take that to the next level and teach myself how to Photoshop and like really like edit professionally instead of just using apps. And then the content came with that too. I mean, I think one of the things I've learned is to do everything with a purpose.
Yes.
Right? And with that, I try to make sure that I'm no longer just posting to post. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have like, all right, why this photo? Why this color scheme? Like, what am I telling people? Like, what's my point? It's crazy because I study like Instagram habits a lot. I mean, that's part of the way I realize how I want things to look and how I help my clients out, right?
Yeah.
So I sit there a lot and I just think like, what are people doing on Instagram? You know what I mean? What's really getting their attention? Obviously, it's like, oh, hot chick in a bikini, like attention. You know what I mean? Like nice car.
So you studied
beautiful.
Instagram.
I mean, you can just, it's real easy. You can just look up what hashtags get posted.
Right.
Exactly.
What kind of photos get the most likes? You know, what content are people really sharing out there? Like travel is big.
Yeah, travel is big.
It is.
But then I realized like the only way to really stand out is doing something different. And unfortunately, like I appreciate you saying that you like my edits, but my edits are like a laughing stock compared to professionals. Right?
Well, sure, but it works.
But
I
it
mean,
works.
numbers
100%.
don't lie. You get numbers.
100%.
So
But that's why like the content is personal. Like no one's gonna do my content better than me.
right.
So that's the one thing where like you
That's a
can.
good point. I like that.
Yes.
You know, maybe only one of every 100 people that even liked your photo actually read the comment. But once they did, and you did this long, thought out comment, which isn't
That's when they come back for the comment. I've noticed with some of those long
right
captions.
now they're looking,
Yeah.
now they're
like
like
it,
waiting
and
for
20
your
minutes
next
later, you
post.
get a comment. It's
That's
Right.
right.
So
really
now
deep.
you actually like are getting real engaged.
The influencer thing is not my thing. I think it's really hard to navigate what is authentic in that world.
For sure.
And also, like, I'm big into the micro influencer, not the macro influencer. I think the influencer that has 250,000 followers, 1 million followers, they're in that business. They're talking about a lot of different things other than skin owl. And if I was witnessing that, I might question the integrity of it or the authenticity or the true connection that that person has to the brand, or are they just doing this to pay their bills?
Yeah, that's a good
to be completely transparent. The micro influencer, someone who has 5,000 solid fans, who is like hanging on the, every word that they're saying, or the mom who's just like at home and has like 7,200 followers, but man, those followers are engaged. It's really about engagement.
Take advantage of social media. Take advantage of Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, because that is the way you can get your brand out there. And don't expect anything to happen fast.
Yes.
It's not gonna happen fast. You have to be consistent, diligent. Do your homework too. Listen to tutorials over YouTube. People are giving out tips and advice, but just stick to your craft. Try to be unique as possible, and just don't get discouraged. Just keep pushing, because there are organic ways to be very successful via social media. Whatever craft you are in, I don't care if you do hair, if you sell cupcakes, whatever it is, be as unique and as different as possible. Everybody's doing the same thing.
I love that.
Try to be unique. The second thing is take the time to engage with people. Talk back. Don't just let people say, hey man, you're dope, I love this, and you just ignore them. I know you can't reply to everybody, because I can't. Number 3, you have to try to do the best you can to catch the attention of people that's in your field that's doing a little bit better than you, that's a little bit more elite than you. Like when I was doing comedy, I said, okay,
That's a good point.
I can't do it myself, but I know I'm talented. I have to catch the attention of somebody that's bigger than me, like Michael Blackson. Let me tag this guy, and it worked.
I can't stand people who are fake on social media. Like, it really turns me off.
For sure.
And I think now more than ever, everybody is very aware when someone's fake and turned on and slimy. Like that to me, like my whole body just gives me like an intuition.
Yeah, for sure.
Run, don't do business with that person. So for the most part, I really try to be authentic, but I know there's a level of, you know, presentation you have to give. So for example, I have a webinar happening next week, and so I'm doing some stories about that. We're trying to keep it fun and light. We put in some memes that are funny, and then I did some videos yesterday where I shared more about, I used to work 60 hours and think that's how I had to make a lot of money. Now I work less than 35 and make a lot of money. So I want to teach you how. And I try to just share it from a personal level.
Yes.
I don't know if it came across that way, but we're always testing strategies. And I think my creative director and I, luckily, we're really good friends. So it's also,
Right.
she's like, no, do it again. Or no, you looked really bad right there. That's fake. And we both come from the same place. We definitely want business, and this is used for business.
Yeah, I had a slow start with Instagram as well. I didn't really put too much effort into it until like 2-3 years ago as well. I kind of ramped it all up at that point. And I think each artist and persona, you got to be real with yourself. Like people can see it through if you're not really pushing a thing that you're passionate about. Right?
Yeah, totally.
So I do believe if you polished your branding, you can post less. Like I feel like being in the music industry, it kind of feels weird to spam your followers.
I agree with that.
I mean, I understand posting 1 time a day, totally fine. I try to do 2-3 times a day because I want to make sure the content makes sense. Right?
Especially when it's an artist, I think as a fan or a listener feels like, for me, from the other side of it, like I'm getting to know you, like one song at a time, one thought at a time, and it makes it more intimate.